Hello, story creators. Thank you for joining me again in this final video of the My Story Journey series. We've almost covered all the basics which you need to know to creating your very first illustrated story. Today, I will be introducing a very useful tool for visual storytelling. What you see here is called a storyboard. A storyboard would typically consist of a series of sketches or illustrations that map out key events in a story. It is also commonly used when planning animated films, movies, or television shows. Let me show you what I mean. In this short video clip to follow, you will be able to see how the storyboard created by animators at Pixar was subsequently used to produce the actual film.
Okay, we got a group of cool girls at 2 o'clock.
How do you know?
Double ears pierced, infinity scarf.
Whoa, is she wearing eyeshadow?
Yeah, we want to be friends with them.
Let's go talk to them.
Are you kidding? We're not talking to them. We want them to like us.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what?
Almost finished with the potential disasters, where scenario is either quicksand, spontaneous combustion, or getting called on by the teacher. So as long as none of those happen...
Okay, everybody. We have a new student in class today.
Are you kidding me? Out of the gates? This is not happening!
Riley, would you like to tell us something about yourself?
No! Pretend we can't speak English.
Don't worry, I got this.
You may ask, why is a storyboard even necessary? Can't we just work on the illustrations directly? Well, technically you can, but there are also many advantages which come with using a storyboard. To put it simply, a storyboard sets out a visual example of what the final piece will look like. It also allows creators to better organize their ideas before they actually put in the time and effort to produce the final product. So although it does take a bit of time to make a storyboard, it will save you time and resources in the long run. Let's begin to create a storyboard for your story. All you need is a piece of paper and a pen or pencil. Colored pencils can be helpful, but are not necessary at this stage. Divide your piece of paper into equally sized squares or rectangles. Alternatively, you can also download and print out a storyboard template. Next, start sketching out your frames. This process is also known as scamping, during which you turn your written story into something visual. Scamping is meant to be rough, messy, and raw, so don't worry about being perfect and neat. To kick off the scamping process, you can first divide your story into several smaller parts. Then, you will need to consider what are the significant moments in each part. Let me show you an example. Here you can see an excerpt from one of the winning entries from the 2021 Kids4Kids My Story Creation competition. You can pause this video here and take some time to read. Whilst you are reading, also consider who are the characters present at this scene. What is happening? How are the characters feeling? If you were the illustrator, what would you want to include in the frame? Now, take a look at this illustration created to go with the text which you have just read. Can you identify who is Lucy, Bloody, and Morris? You are absolutely right. Standing on the far left is Morris. He has orange hair and he is trying to grab Lucy, who is on the other side looking very scared. And between the two of them is Bloody, the kind vampire. Here's a tip for you. Always make sure that the sketches and frames match the story and reflect what is happening in the scene, just as they do in this example. The next step is to edit your storyboard. At this point in time, you may wish to consider additional details and visual cues, such as the use of colors, shot types, and layering. Specifically, I would like to bring up the importance of varying your shot types whilst creating your illustrations. There are many ways to draw your characters within a frame, which can range from showing their entire body to fixating on a finer detail, such as their eyes or hands. For example, in a full shot, also known as a wide shot. We can see the characters within the surrounding environment. This type of shot tends to give the audience a relatively better idea of the big picture or scene setting. On the other hand, in a close-up shot, which normally shows only one specific detail or object, we can essentially direct our audience to see details that may have otherwise gone unnoticed. If we close up on our character's face, we can also accentuate the emotions that the character is experiencing. Remember, too much of the same thing will quickly become dull and repetitive. So the key here is to ensure variety while choosing the most fitting shot, and always bear in mind the message that you're trying to communicate to your audience. Once you're happy with a storyboard, you can move on to work on the actual illustrations, one by one. Finally, before you share or publish your story, it is always a good idea to do a final check. To make this easier for you, we have prepared a checklist to follow. Be sure to check it out once you're done with all your writing and illustrating. And so this is the end to our video series. I hope that you found the content useful and enjoyable. If you want to refresh your memories on what we have previously covered, please feel free to rewatch any one of the videos in the My Story Journey series. Every ending marks a new beginning. The end to this video is only the start to your story creation journey. Stay creative and keep writing. Perhaps one day, you'll also get your story published somewhere and your idea is being shared with many other people. Bye bye!